guys, what's up? It's Avalon, and today I'm doing my first book haul. So this is an accumulative book haul for all of summer. This is my summer book haul. But Avalon, it's still summer. It's past Labor Day, school has started, and Starbucks has pumpkin spice lattes again. It's fall. Just to let you guys know, I will be leaving all the info for these books down in the description. So I'll be leaving the Goodreads page and the Amazon page in case you are interested and want to check these books out for yourself. These books will be in no particular order, but if I have read them, I will let you know generally what I thought about it. Let's get started. So first of all, we have The Map to Everywhere by Carrie Ryan and John Park Davis. I have not read this, but what I gathered from it, it's like a middle grade kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of steampunky, and that's all I really know about this, but from what I gather it has something to do with pirates and with magic, and I think there might even be wizards or something in it, but it looked interesting and I liked the cover, so yeah. The next book I got was Cowboys Kisses Bye by Sasha Summers. This is a contemporary, just fun, mostly lighthearted book, and you know, summer's usually like puts you in a contemporary mood. I'm not really a contemporary person, but I was in the mood for a contemporary, so I picked this up and I really enjoyed it. It was cute. It was just a cutesy, fun little novel. I have read this and it was adorable. About this girl and her family who moved to Black Falls, Texas. And they're from the big city and she's moving to this small town and she's had this tragedy in her life. So she is coping with what happened and trying to make a new life and just trying to move on and to deal with the things that happened. I also have Medusa, a love story, also by Sasha Summers. This is a, title says it all, it's a love story having to do with Medusa. I have not read this yet. When I was a kid, I was terrified of Medusa. Little Avalon at school, her friends told her about a woman that could turn people into stone if you looked at her. They did not tell little Avalon that it was Greek mythology, so I harbored that fear for years, never telling anyone. So I've grown out of that fear, and one day I shall read this book. Hopefully soon. Next, Doomed by Tracy Deebs. I have already talked about this book in the past in my Booktubeathon videos, but just to go over it again, it's about a girl who accidentally unleashes an Armageddon virus into the internet, and her trying to solve this issue and deal with some other problems. So it was a very fun book. It was kind of like a scavenger hunty type solving clues book, and I love those types of books. And it was a road trip, and I love road trip books, so it was a fun read this summer. It was really fast paced, which is what I needed at the time I was reading this. So it was really great, and I recommend it. Let's see, what do we have here? You know, there's a better way to do this. Accio. It worked. Cool. So we have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I went to the midnight release for this, and I have read this. I was intending to do a review on it, and hopefully I will soon. If you don't know what this book is about, you must have been living under a rock. This is the script of the new play, which is continuing on the Harry Potter story. I kind of have mixed feelings about this book, script, whatever. I will say this though, on a positive note, this book brought back all the old nostalgic feelings I have for Harry Potter. The midnight release, the anticipation, it just didn't feel like a Harry Potter story. It felt very outlandish. Like if you crossed a Harry Potter book with a Percy Jackson book with the fan fiction. I know almost everyone has said this about The Cursed Child, but it does feel very much like a fan fiction. I used to be obsessed with fan fiction. I read tons of the Harry Potter stuff, way too much, and I've probably read about a bajillion that was just like this, and with all the elements. So while I did not really love a lot of most of the plot, I did like some things in it. Moving on. Next I have The Bronze Key by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This is the third book in the Magisterium series. I have read the first book, but I have not read the second nor this one, so I will be catching up on that soon. But I'm just, you know, it continues on the events, and that's all I know about this because I don't want to spoil myself. But I do like this color. This is a very pretty blue. Up next we have books 1 through 4 of the Chrysalis series by M.L. Lacy. I have not read these yet. This is an adult series, and as far as I know, it's about a woman named Bree, and there's something to do with magicals, and I think there are vampires in this as well. So, yeah, I have not read any of these books. We also have Firstborn Destiny's Lies, also by M.L. Lacy. I have this book as well. This is the first book, I believe, in a new series, I believe. Up next we have Vampire Addiction by Eva Poehler. This is a kind of combination of a vampire story and a Greek mythology story. As far as I know, it's about this student who goes to Greece and discovers vampires, I believe. It's Vampires of Athens, book 1. So yeah, I'm assuming she goes to Greece, and from what I've heard, the vampires have something to do with Dionysus and the Maenads, which you'd be familiar with them if you've read Percy Jackson or just have studied Greek mythology. It's an interesting take on vampires, I think, mixing Greek mythology in there, so I'll look forward to reading this. Next I have Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs, or Millard Nullings, depending on how you'd like to look at this. This is the collection of all the strange and peculiar tales from the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children trilogy. I've been very excited to read this. For one, it has a gorgeous cover and it's shiny. It's short, it's very pretty. However, this is not okay. This is not acceptable. Up next we have A Torch Against the Night by Saba Tahir. This is the sequel to An Ember in the Ashes, which I have not yet read. I'm going to soon, but I got the sequel, so I will be marathoning this. It's 2 books. But I will be reading this soon, because fall, winter, those are my kind of fantasy months. I always love fantasy, but those especially get me in the mood. So I will be reading this. And lastly, but most certainly not least, probably my most anticipated book of the year, Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. Guys, I am in love with the Throne of Glass series. I love it so much. It is one of my top favorite series of all time. I've been anticipating this book ever since Queen of Shadows came out. I can't really tell you what it's about without spoiling this, just that it continues on my Throne of Glass books are right there, so I don't think you can see them, but they're right here. This continues the adventures of this person, who I do not want to spoil if you have only read like the first 2 books, maybe. I'm not finished reading this, I'm in the midst of reading this right now. So yeah, that was my first book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and comment below if you've read any of these books, especially ones I haven't read yet. Let me know. Please no spoilers, because those suck. Those are awful. Nobody likes spoilers. And those people who go actively searching for spoilers, which I do not get. Like, why would you do that? I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more craziness and who knows what. But with that, I will see you guys next time.